These last few slides are all about the common blind spots that a lot of different brands have. One blind spot is the mindset that they're going to see sales right away, that they'll see sales within, 2 to 3 months of an influencer campaign. And that's actually not true. A lift in sales will come from working with influencers, but at minimum, it takes anywhere from 6 to 9 months to see increase in sales. And the reason for this is just because of the average of 7. It takes a consumer 7, they have to see a promotional post or some type of promotional advertising 7 different times before they actually take action to make a purchase. Especially if a brand does not have a lot of brand awareness on social media, it might even take longer than that. Now, here's another common blind spot. I can do it all on my own. All I really need is a self-service influencer marketing platform. And I will say, absolutely, you can do it all on your own. And there are great self-service influencer marketing platforms out there that tend to be very transactional. However, when you do it all on your own with these types of self-service platforms, it can be overwhelming, and you can end up spending a lot of money on these fancy platforms, not really understanding how to utilize it. There's a steep learning curve that comes involved. And what I hear a lot of times is that companies will spend 25 grand on a self-service platform, and they'll get hundreds and hundreds of influencers that they can choose from. And they can start, working with the influencers to send them products. And, these platforms walk you through every single step of how to ship out the product and how to contact and create these influencer contracts. But the problem is, though, it's still incredibly time consuming, and brands still are confused on, okay, I've got hundreds and hundreds of influencers to choose from, but how do I know the best partnerships in order to see success? And very transactional instead of more relational focused. Now, a lot of different brands might say full service influencer agencies are really just not necessary because we already have influencers daily reaching out to us to want to work with us. And true, but like I said before, running a full campaign is very time consuming. You need the expertise of a full service influencer agency that can take care of every single step of the process. And they know exactly how to determine the right partnerships. They know how to put together the right type of influencer contracts. Ultimately, they know how to do the correct type of reporting and measurement to really determine the success of the campaign. Another beauty of working with full service agencies is that they do actually expedite the lift in sales over self-service platforms. So with a self-service platform, like I shared, you might not see a lift in sales all the way to 6 to 9 months. But with a full service agency, they know how to find those correct partnerships. They know how to expedite the entire process to get sales coming in quicker. They know that they can guarantee within 3 weeks, they can choose the correct 65 to 100 micro partners instead of spending weeks and weeks reaching out to influencers and asking for their rates, asking for their media kits, just because full service agencies have the tools to determine those top performers much faster. They also know how to streamline the entire campaign to get the product into the influencer's hands faster. They know the right type of content to look for in order to see top engagement. And then they know how to report and determine, the campaign success from the right type of metrics. So unfortunately, I don't have an exact number of months, but I do know that it can expedite the process.
Okay.
Another common blind spot I see is that influencers can only drive campaign success on social media channels, and that is false. Influencers are great to jump into different forum and group chats. Highly suggest when you're partnering with influencers to get them to jump into key mom Facebook groups, to get them to jump into key mom influencer pods, to get them to jump into key forums and to carry on conversations in these key groups and promoting the brand to these forums. And the final is influencer campaigns are only a one-shot wonder. It's just one time and then be done with it. And that's a false as well, because influencer campaigns are excellent for engaging new audiences over the entire year. process. You want to have great social momentum and engage new audiences all year long, especially you want to make sure you're doing the work in the spring and in the summer leading up to when it is holiday time. You've already done the work to build great social momentum so you do not get lost in the holiday noise. And this slide just talks about Twillo taking care of it all, from assessing your needs to aligning with the correct influencers, the shipping logistics, all the way to analytics and reporting.